have a bunch of these in my little stash over here, and I figured might as well use them. And I have a bunch of these flowers that aren't they so pretty? These were on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I got them for $6.50, which usually they're super expensive. So I'm going to cut them down. I'm going to stick them in this little bucket. But we're going to paint this bucket, and where this rope is, I'm going to take this gorgeous Totally Dazzled Applique, and we're going to wrap it around here for a little bit of bling. All right, little bit of white paint. I'm just using, this is gloss enamel. It'll work well. And then I'm going to use some dark wax. But I want to cover this up white. Oh, we might even be able to crackle this. Crackle might be not a bad idea. All right, now I'm going over this with Americana acrylic paint. I feel like it's a little bit thicker. Okay, I think that looks much better. It's still not perfect, but that's okay because we're going to cover a lot of it up. So back here is the seam. So I know that is going to be a line. I'm actually going to use just a Sharpie. And I'm just going to make this is going to be a line, okay? I guess that looks about center, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so then I'm just going to create, so I know that this line right here, I'm just going to put that right there, and I'm just going to come straight down. I'm going to cut it in half, see, easy peasy. And then I'm going to cut it in half again. So see, you have 4 pieces of the pie, right? So I'm just going to follow that line, and I'm going to move it up to here. All right, so now I'm going to find that little mark, and I'm just going to make a line that goes. So we have that. So what I was thinking is doing this checks, this stripes, checked, and then stripes. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to grab, so I'm going to start off right here. I'm going to find the back, and I'm just going to do, I want to make sure, I'm going to use my friction pen. This erases with heat. So this is going to be our stripes. So see how that's going to be striped? And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to check this part right here. So see, so that side's going to be checked. See how cute? So there'll be stripes, and then checks, and then stripes, and then checks. That's what we have so far. So now we're just going to paint. It shouldn't take too long to paint. I'm not doing like super tiny squares. I'm going to soak my brush. All right, so I'm going to grab some black. I'm just going to use right here gloss enamel paint from Décor. Pour some into my little bowl. All right, I'm going to start. It's not going to matter. I'm going to start. I'll just, start painting. And all I'm going to do, so watch guys, you just follow in your pattern. And I think I'm going to use some gold, liquid gold, to like frame out the stripes. That will get rid of that, right there. We're going to do rhinestones on the checks where the checks meet for that little bit of bling. So liquid gold. No, we have to wax first. You almost did it. So I'm just going to go with this. Now all I'm going to do is just brush on pretty much everywhere, but more so that white. I don't like anything bright white. And now I'm going to take my little do-rag and I'm just going to wipe it away. So you can see, just kind of warmed it up some. Now, while I let that wax just set a little bit, so now I'm going to, let's glue on our Totally Dazzled applique. This is the rose gold. And it's got 3M tape on the back. I am going to glue it a little bit, I think, just because it's going on this jute rope, but most of the time when you're using those appliques, that 3M tape, whatever that stuff is, it's so good. I'm going to take this 3M backing off. All the appliques from Totally Dazzled come with this backing, which is super nice. And like I said, I might hit it with a little bit of hot glue. I mean, you can make these too. You can even use this little bucket as a paint brushing thing. You can put your makeup brushes in here. Now I'm gonna take my liquid gold. So all I'm gonna do is take my brush, so see how we just took that away? We just made that gold. Now I can go, I'm gonna do every single stripe, why not, right? So there, that's all the gold that we're doing. So see, it's not a lot. It just adds a little bit of stuff in there. So now let's put some rhinestones on here. I'm gonna use the Ultimate Rhinestone Applicator Kit. And actually, I think I already have, but I'm using clear. I'm gonna use the clear rhinestones. This was the picker pen. Look at my picker pens. This is how often, they're all over my desk, but I'm gonna use a new one because there ain't nothing like using a new picker pen. And this is SS10 size. Now watch. You just shake them and then they all turn right side up. You know what, guys, should I seal this first? Probably should. Hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna grab some triple thick Duraclear and I am gonna put a quick coat of sealer on here before. This dries very quickly, so we don't have to wait very long for it to dry. But triple thick Duraclear you can put over liquid gold, you can put over rub and buff, the whole 9 yards. These interconnecting points where the check meets the check, that is where I check. Okay? Or that is where I check. That is where I sparkle. So I'm just going to take my B7000 with, you get this in your kit, and you literally need a dot. All right. B7000 is a little stringy, but don't you worry. Just hit it with your heat gun. They'll melt right off. But those are super sparkly, and I think they match really well with the rose gold applique. Okay, so now let's do some flowers. All right, so here's what I got. I did grab some floral foam out of my attic because I figured what better way to put, this thing is way too big to like stick down in there. I'm just going to, yeah, see, that's all I want. Pretty good. I mean, I could throw some hot glue in it. Let's do that. On the sides. Yeah, so now, like, this one is way too big, and I think this is probably going to be a pain in the rear end to take apart, but we're going to take it apart and then... That's not half bad. Look at how cute that is. You got your bling, you got your sparkle, you got your fall colors. I might put that on my patio table, actually. I might not lie. Bye, everybody.
Totally Dazzled sells sparkling rhinestone wedding supplies. Check us out at totallydazzled.com. But before you do, click up here and download our free Printable Sparkle Quotes. Or click down here and watch one of our other awesome tutorials.